River herring take their annual journey from Cape Cod Bay into our streams and finally to our ponds, and then they spawn. The herrings serve as an important part of our ecosystem, providing food for many birds as well as larger fish in the Atlantic. Alex Mansfield from the Jones River Watershed Association recently took the time to talk with PCN about the important fish count and how you can become a volunteer.
We're talking about our upcoming herring count in the Jones River for 2015. This will be our 11th annual herring count. We started in 2005 and have been keeping track of the fish in the Jones River ever since. As most people know, there's a moratorium on the take of river herring because their population's so low right now. So the data that we get from these fish counts is really important to us at the local level and also statewide. These volunteer fish counts are done in pretty much every river throughout the state, and the Division of Marine Fisheries uses that data to help do stock assessments. So the data that we collect locally with volunteers is really important statewide. So we're looking for volunteers. We call out to our membership and our community to help us do these counts. It's a simple method, but it takes a lot of manpower and a lot of dedication. It runs from April 1st to May 31st, or sometimes we'll keep it going into June. It's an important assessment, but it's really easy to collect the data. Basically, you need to be able to look at the water and have a 10-minute attention span. We'll give you a training on how to do it. You don't need to be a fisheries biologist. You don't need to be outdoorsy. You just need to show up and walk down to the fish ladder and count the fish going by. River herring are really important in a number of ways. They're sort of the bottom of the food chain in terms of all the rest of the fish on the ocean. You know, they migrate up the coast as adults, swim up our local rivers and spawn in our local lakes and rivers in the spring. And then the juveniles head back out to grow up in the ocean. And they're preyed upon by just about everything, from striped bass and bluefish to sharks and birds. And so they really form the basis of the food chain for a lot of species that are important to us recreationally and commercially, big part of our economy. And that's why they've been such a key part of our local culture too. The Jones River, we saw some real low points in 2006 and 2007, starting to creep up now. The last year's run, 2014, was the highest that we've recorded in the 10 years that we have been doing it up to then, but not by a lot. Certainly not to historic levels, and only a few thousand fish more than previous years, but certainly going in the right direction.